Alright, here we are folks, the fourth and final guide to the starter series of Paladins, Champions of the Realm. So today, our final group of champions are the support class, which, not a very huge class. I think they're the smallest, they're the smallest group of characters in the game, but they are, in the current meta of the game at least, one of the most impactful. Because currently their healing is very crucial to the team's success, and they're effective throughout most of the game because of changes that were made within the last 6 to 8 months. Excuse me. Anyway, so how do you play a support? Well, the thing about supports is it's hard to really put them in a box because every support plays differently. Every support does healing in their own ways. Like for instance, Corvus here, he does burst healing, but he also has a mark he can place on people to heal them whenever he heals somebody else, or he can heal them for bonus healing and reduce the cooldown of his own heal. So, or you got Grok over here, who places down totems which do heals over an area of effect. Now, it's not quite that simple because, like for instance, another perfect example, Grok here, he can also heal with a specific talent of his. Let me see if I can find it here real quick for you. Talents. As you can see, Spirit's Domain. Hitting allies with your lightning staff heals them for 700 per second. Now, normally, whenever Grok, his main weapon, as you can guess, is his lightning staff, where he shoots a beam of lightning and it does damage. Pretty simple. Well, there's a couple characters that have talents like this, where you can use your main weapon as a type of heal. Pip over here has it as well. And then there's characters like Maldamba. Maldamba has two healing abilities. He has Mending Spirits, he shoots a little beam at you and it gives you a little heal. Or he can toss his Gourd to throw an AoE heal on the ground. And then of course, so there's that. Ying, she has two ways of healing as well. Her ultimate gives a healing aura around allies to give them a continuous heal for a short time. And then you've got her illusions. Excuse me for saying. Sorry, a bit drowsy apparently. She has her illusions, which she uses for not only mobility, but they also act like little healing stations, and they shoot healing at nearby allies. And I believe she has a talent which allows you to... Oh, maybe not. Okay. There's Life Exchange, where she can detonate her illusions for burst healing. I guess that's a thing she can do. I could have sworn you could have healed with your main attack, but that might be something else. Anyway. So my point is, every healer does their little thing differently. And the important thing as a support is to determine what that is and how you can best effectively heal your team. Some characters are a bit more limited, like Grover and Grok for instance. They tend to stick near the point and heal the tank instead of healing people that are a further distance, unless they're close enough to be healed, just because they can't heal from... Goodness, ugh. Because they can't heal from a distance like Corvus and Genos can. Like Genos, he has no limits on his healing aside from range. You can heal through walls and he doesn't give a crap. He just doesn't heal very much. Not burst anyway. He has a dragged out duration heal instead of a burst heal. So his healing is not really that great for clutching, but his heal is still good for just being a general healer, keeping your team up and providing buffs with Luminary. That's his main best way to play him currently. So, without further ado, I am going to go into a match of Siege, not Onslaught, and I am going to play Furia because she is my favorite support, and basically she is, above all else, a combat medic. I'll try to show you. Alright,
select a champion.
Oh, well, there's the supports way over here. Perfect.
Make your champion your own.
Furia is the perfect example of a combat medic, because basically how she works is the more she uses her healing to heal allies, she gains a wrath meter, and this wrath meter will keep going up the more she heals people and it will stay up for a few moments and will start to go down if she stops healing people. And the higher this meter is, the faster she shoots. So it increases her DPS. So basically, the more you hurt her allies and the more she heals them, the better you are as playing the support, the more damage Fury does, allowing you to have a bigger impact on the fight itself. So I'll try to showcase that a little bit and see how it goes. This could be a bit rough. They have a Xin, a Leon, and a Vora, so it's going to be pretty difficult for me to get heals without exposing myself. Corvus is also another good example of a combat medic because he does pretty good damage, and he can just heal, do damage, and reposition. He's good at that kind of thing. Looks like we're going to have an Io as a second support healer, so she'll be good for keeping more heals on our allies. It'll make it a bit easier for us to keep the team up and going.
I am the protector of the innocent.
So I go with Solar Blessing.
Flame in the darkness.
So what Solar Blessing does...
I am vengeance.
Alright, so... Oh. Alright, I gotta turn off the auto buy. Thank goodness it bought what I normally would buy. So her main heal is this, and it just burst healing, and it does a little healing over time. Then there's her Pyre Strike, which, since I'm running Solar Blessing, instead of just being able to do damage, it can also lock onto allies and heal them if they run into it. And then, of course, there's his Escape, Wings of Wrath, which also shoots projectiles out, which home in on targets and do some damage. Then there's her main gun. Fire rate's pretty slow, but once her Wrath meter gets going, it shoots a lot faster.
5, 4,
And then her ultimate,
3,
she becomes temporarily...
sorry,
hold on. Her ultimate temporarily makes her invincible, and it reloads the weapons of all allies in the area, but they also, once their guns are reloaded, they also are granted... Oh, there we go. Yep, keeping the heals up. Perfect.
Patience, mortal.
Enemy behind us.
Could use some help.
Oh. It almost looked like I shot her. I was like, hold on a minute. Come on, healing. Go off cooldown. Oh. He moved over at the last second. Nice. My Wrath is up, so I'm shooting a lot faster. I'm able to do a lot more damage.
Overtime.
Stay blessed.
Pretty sure he just avoided my Pyre Strike. Alright, we got the point. But yeah, once Furia's ult is done casting, she will also grant 30% movement speed and damage to all allies that were affected by it. And you'll know if they're affected by it by them having these fiery wings on them. It's pretty cool. Nice, I stunned him and forced him to retreat. Just gonna poke him a little bit. Oh, I poked out a little too much. That was my own fault.
You're a real star. I am needed.
But it's fine, they have IO, so they're not without a support. Our Kinessa just got absolutely wrecked, though.
Be healed.
Bye-bye, Vora.
Behind us.
Nice, got a little bit of tick damage in from that.
Enemy killing spree.
Alright. Gotta watch out. Oh, that wasn't gonna help him. She put herself in a very bad situation. Because as soon as she got out of her ult, she was gonna get stunned regardless. I gave a heal to the Xin. Heal him again. Nice, we're flattening him right now. Oh, she's gone. Oh, he got taken out too. That's beautiful. Alright, Chronos 2. And Morale Boost 1. That's where I'm gonna go. This is going really good. As you can see, I'm trying to focus on keeping my team alive as much as I can. I see someone, I try to heal them. If they're through walls, you can try to throw your beam at them. It's kind of hard to hit because it's moved slower whenever you have this talent equipped.
Capture point spawning in 15
But
seconds.
it was originally intended to make it a bit easier to land. Ironically, it made it almost harder in a way. But it works out pretty well if you practice with it.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, we're gonna stick by our tank.
Watch your step. Purify.
Let's just grab that. Gotta back up because Leon is focusing.
Use a friend's help.
Alright. Let's try to kill her. Nice. I managed to save her. There we go. The beam heal is helping out great. Vora is dead. Vora getting killed by supports like she do right now.
Be healed.
You get healed, there's Zin. And let's just force the Zin to burn through his abilities, stay alive, because we do that.
Kneel.
And now our team is going to steamroll.
Overtime.
Oh,
My light flickers.
unfortunately, I got pushed really hard by the Vora, and she managed to take me out. Get Nimble 2 to move a little faster. Alright, it looks like our ult might have been enough to keep the push alive, and Io's doing a good job keeping the team going. Beautiful. Beautiful. The ult was not in vain. Fury ults specifically are really good for making aggressive pushes because of the sudden burst of combat lethality of your team.
Can't use that yet.
It's preferable to use it whenever you plan on making a big... when you're planning on making a big push against a point or an enemy team.
Thanks.
Oh, I landed that heal beautifully. Alright, I helped take out Makoa. Now I'm going to help with this Leon. Got Zin first because it was the biggest threat. And now Vora.
Killing spree. Enemy killing
And now
spree.
she's a gunner. Yes, thank you. Hush, really. But yeah, I'm sorry about my sister interruption. She's a tad bit rude sometimes, but what do you expect? She's only 6. So I apologize for that. Alright, let's try to finish this up real quick. Oh, this might have been a bad time to ult. Well, I think I got about 3 allies with that heal. Oh, and I got some of that. Alright, I got the Zin. Io's healing me to keep me alive, and I appreciate that a lot. I missed my heal, but that's alright. I have my other heal. Alright, he's gone. There's Vora there. Ow, she's hit me with her tick damage. I gotta keep it back a little bit. Throw it through the wall to be safe. Oh, watch out, we got a Leon in the back.
30 seconds remaining. Killing
Killed their support, that'll help us a lot.
enemy.
Oh, there's Vora. There we go, she's gone again.
You
And we got it.
well picked.
Beautiful.
We really
Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, as you can see, a support that has good prioritization can make your team's life a hell of a lot easier. I mean, think about how many times our teammates were saved narrowly from being killed because we came on and popped that heal at the right time. Especially with the Terminus, that beam heal probably saved him a lot of trouble. And we also, since we were Furia, we did 3rd highest damage on the team, and we did more damage than almost everyone on their team as well. Very nice. This is why I love Furia. With Furia, you're sticking in the fight too. Once you get your Wrath meter up, you stick in the fight with your team and you help wipe out the enemy squad. That's what I love about Furia. She doesn't just sit back and not do a lot. and that's the kind of supports I prefer to play. All the supports are actually surprisingly decent in this game. They don't make them extremely wimpy. They're not going to 1v1 most of the high DPS characters most of the time unless you make a really good play. But as you can see, like I said, you do your job as a support and your team will love you. Now, I really hope you all enjoyed this little guide to the support class. I really hope it was educational for you. I'm sorry I couldn't give a more broad statement on the support class, but as I said, every support is very different, from the way they move around to the way they heal to the way they act in game. So it's kind of hard to generalize them, but that's kind of a good thing, just because it means that it's not a super boring set of characters, because they all have their own little quirks. Anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you liked, be sure to sub, and hey, give me some ideas in the comment section if you feel so inclined as to what other kind of content you'd like to see for Paladins. Would you like to see other kinds of guides? Would you like to see loadout suggestions? Would you like to see specific characters? Let me know. Either way, I wish you all a very good evening, and I hope that the rest of your week is also good, and the weekend's coming up, so hope you got some weekend plans for that too. Alright, I'll stop bothering you now, guys. See you later.